Hello, everybody. Sunday edition of No Edits Crypto episode. Let's see, I believe 118 coming to you today. Um, actually, this is episode 100 and 18 today. Crazy, already 118th episode. Into the news now. Today, I want to start with two stories. 17th century Italian mansion is going to be auctioned on the blockchain. Announced Friday, Beverly Hills real estate agent brokerage Hilton Highland is partnering with blockchain startup Propi to auction the Palazzetto inside the Palazzo Albertoni Spinola, a mansion built between 1580 and 1616. The UNESCO heritage site was designed by architect Giacomo della Porta in the early 1600s and is currently valued at 42 million. So parties can bid in cryptocurrency or fiat, whichever they want, but it's going to be on the blockchain. So an example here of an asset like a very pricey asset that somebody wants to digitally record on the ledger. For obvious reasons, this is going to start happening more and more. Real estate people are going to want to have all of their property recorded on the blockchain. That way, there's no disputes over who owns what has been paid, what has not been paid, any sort of problems that could arise from that. So I think that's going to be a pretty big thing we see in the future, that every single real estate sale will basically be used will be recorded on the blockchain. At least in the short term, we're going to see a lot of these high-priced mansions and things like that. Historical places and stuff that will be recorded. So another story I wanted to touch on today was that more than 8.5 million Bitcoin have been seized by Israeli police. A massive anti-money laundering action has been carried out by a cyber department of the state security or state attorney's office. It filed an indictment alleging that Helmi Geet had managed to commit more than 20,000 fraudulent transactions using Israeli credit cards, laundering the money through the Bitcoin network. So they seized over 1,000 Bitcoin, 1,071 BTC seized by the Israeli police. Git, a resident of Hebron, had been accused of multiple offenses of credit card fraud, providing means for committing a crime, carrying out fraudulent trade activity, and laundering the proceeds through Bitcoin. So he accumulated over 7.8 million in these in Bitcoin, money laundered Bitcoin. So that's the story out of Israel that came out today, and that's that's a little bit of FUD. I haven't covered much FUD lately, but that's a story for the FUD get people that love that. 2.89% down is Bitcoin right now at 73.45. Ethereum at down 5.99% at $565 USD. Bitcoin Cash has dropped under 1,000. It's at 4.09% down at 988.58. EOS down 2.47% at $12.35. Litecoin down 3.2% at 117.28. Neo down 3.92% at 52.02. And lastly, Steam at number 31 and down 7.01% at $2.50 even right now. So the market not looking good. It looks like it could be going a little bit lower in the interim. Like I've always said, on this show, this isn't any financial advice. These are all my opinions. But it does seem that we are heading a little bit lower for the interim. And in the interim, I mean, if people want to sell off, that's their choice. I just don't. I think hodling, until you're really in a green, you've seen a lot of green market, is probably the best way to go. I know a lot of people like to trade, so the traders are obviously going to try to capitalize on the moves they could make. But right now, I think it's unless you're selling off and then trying to buy back in, it's as close to the bottom as you can get. I would just hang on. But everybody have a good Sunday, and I will try to bring another episode tomorrow. Get in the description, check for the book. Have a good Sunday night, everybody.